Where should Scream 7 take place? Let's talk about it.
Certain rules. Push the laws and you end up dead.
This is the moment when the supposedly dead killer comes back to life.
Not in my movie.
Surprise, Sydney.
He's gone mad.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
A very simple formula.
You want to play psycho killer?
Everybody's a suspect.
No, please don't kill me, Mr. Ghostface. I want to be in the sequel.
I'll be right back.
Okay, I think it's gonna go something like this.
I'm Pamela, welcome back to my channel. I took a poll on my community page the other day and asked you guys, where should Scream 7 take place? And I gave 4 options. Return to Woodsboro, return to NYC, return to Hollywood, or somewhere completely new. There were 1.6k votes, and it seems like majority of you guys want to go back to Woodsboro. I'm going to read some of your guys' comments today, just to see what everyone's thoughts are. I have to say, I personally want to go back to Woodsboro. I know it's been done before. Screams 1, 4, and 5 all take place in Woodsboro. So I know there are a lot of people out there who don't want to go back, but for me, Woodsboro just is the Scream franchise. I could never get tired of it taking place in Woodsboro, especially with Scream 7. You guys know I think MACHER is coming back for one final showdown with Sydney, and if that's the case, I want to see it happen in Woodsboro, where it all began. It's all about going back to the beginning, just like Randy says in Scream 3. And it seems like most of you agree with me according to this poll, but let's get into some of these comments. G. Gilmore says, Christmas time, snowy place, which I actually would like that too. I know that months ago there were these rumors that it was going to take place at Christmas time. This was months ago though. This was before the terrible news came out that Melissa was fired and Jenna quit. And I have not heard anything since then about the Christmas time setting. So who knows if this is still gonna happen. I would like to see that because it's definitely something new and different for the franchise. The first 5 films are just, normal time, no holiday. Scream 6 was fun that we had Halloween. So, 7 movies in, it would be nice to do Christmas. But we'll just have to wait and see. These 2 comments here say, wherever Sydney lives. That's also an option as well. This one comment by Ariel Perez says, I'm guessing Seattle, but it wasn't explicitly said in any movies. This comment by Oscar says, don't know why, but I want it to be set in Los Angeles. Not just Hollywood, but the county as a whole. This comment says, it's unrealistic for the characters to return to Woodsboro, especially Sydney. So Scream 7 would probably take place at Seattle, or basically a place where Sydney just lives her new life. And this comment by Justin also says, it would be great if it can maybe be set where Sydney lives. That definitely probably makes the most sense, just because at this point I think Sydney doesn't really want to have anything to do with Ghostface. We know that in Scream 5 on the phone with Dewey, she says, I'm never setting foot back in Woodsboro. But then of course, Dewey died, so she came back for Gail. And then Scream 6, she took her family somewhere safe. There was no reason for her to travel all the way to New York City. So it definitely would make the most sense for Scream 7 to take place wherever Sydney currently lives. Noah says, with Sydney coming back, the final act needs to happen in Woodsboro. That's exactly how I feel. However, Caleb disagrees. He says, no Woodsboro please, that's been done to death 3 damn times. Definitely something to consider. Liam says, I'm hoping for Seattle. Brian says, if following the original trilogy, then Hollywood or another movie set. If not, then back where it all started to end the series. Yeah, I definitely think it should be in Hollywood to mirror Scream 3, since we know that these new movies are mirroring the originals. Or, like you said, back where it all started. Gotta go back to the beginning. Ghostface 1996 says, Las Vegas would be cool. Also maybe Utah or Colorado, because they get tons of snow. Tommy says, I think it should be a new suburban town where you can create new interesting locations and houses. This comment says, In outer space seems to be the most logical answer. I don't know about that one. What's up, Destination Station? He says, bring Hollywood to Woodsboro. Have it that they're filming a new stab film in Woodsboro. I actually love that idea. Greg says, I'd say Woodsboro, but I don't know how they would get Sid back. Yeah, that's a valid point. There are a few options though that I think could get Sydney back to Woodsboro. For example, maybe Gail is there investigating something or filming something, maybe a new documentary, maybe that true crime limited TV series that she mentions in Scream 6. Maybe she goes back to Woodsboro for some actual locations for the new show she's shooting, and she gets attacked or killed. That could get Sydney back the same way Dewey got her to come back. Or maybe her kids get kidnapped and Ghostface calls her and tells her, I have them here in Woodsboro. She of course would go to save her daughters. Or maybe Sydney just wants to go hunt down Ghostface to keep her family safe, and that brings her to Woodsboro. This comment says, cabin in the woods? Most of these survivors should be in hiding by now. Definitely would be cool to see a Scream movie take place at a cabin in the woods. This comment says it should end where it started. I completely agree. This comment says, why would Sydney move back to Woodsboro? Stop voting for that. It's overdone and not realistic. I mean, I'm not saying that she would move back to Woodsboro. I don't think she would ever do that. But like I stated earlier, there are several reasons that you can come up with for her to go back there. Not to live, but to take down Ghostface. This comment says, always Woodsboro, it's home. This comment says, how am I the only one that's tired of Woodsboro and Sid? Move on. So there you have it. Those are some of your comments from my recent poll on where Scream 7 should take place. Leave a comment down below on this video and let me know your thoughts. Do you think we should go back to Woodsboro, back to Hollywood, back to New York, or somewhere completely new? And if it is somewhere completely new, where should it be? Please give this video a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell. And please also go follow me over on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.